so much for joining me today for the League of Goddesses Spotlight interview. I am so excited to get to introduce you to all of the amazing women in the League, and I know they are going to be thrilled to meet you.
Thank you so much for having me. Love being here.
It's my pleasure. Okay, so let me tell you how this goes. The first few questions are super easy, kind of like warm-up questions. We'll just go through those real quickly, and then the further down we get, the deeper they get, and just more juicy. So let's start off.
Love it.
I know, me too. Let's start off with, do you have a nickname?
Okay, this is hilarious, but I get called the Energizer Bunny a lot because I'm always like, woo! And people will ask me, will you just slow down? So I get that.
You're like, no, I can't slow down. That's who I am. And I love that, Phoebe. And I could so see that. So yes, perfect nickname. Okay, what is your birthday?
December 12th.
Ooh, it's coming up. And what is
the year?
No, we don't have to share those. That's fine. Okay. And what is your favorite color? Is it red?
Red.
Red. Yes. I was like, I think it's red. Okay. And then what are you, a coffee or a tea girl?
Coffee. All the way.
Yes. I'm like, I love some tea. Like I will definitely do it in the afternoon, but if you don't give me coffee in the morning, no one wants to talk to me.
Just coffee right away and then tea later.
Yes. Agreed. Okay. So if you could pick only one, what would it be? Book, podcast, or blog?
Book.
Okay. And since you picked book, which is also my favorite, I'm going to ask this question that I ask everyone because I can't help it.
Okay.
Do you smell them?
I do. Oh, I love to hold books, but I read so many books, usually about 3 at a time, that I end up using my Kindle, but I love I just love holding a book and smelling the book.
Okay. I thought I was the biggest weirdo until every girl I ask says she loves it too. And now what I think we need to do to fund like super cool trips in the League is we need to make candles that smell like books. I'm just like, this is my new side project, because I don't have anything else going on. I'm going to do that. Okay. So since you're a book girl, can you tell me what is your favorite book of all time?
Oh my goodness, of all time. Off the top of my head, what changed my book was, many years ago, trying to personal growth. There's a lot of personal growth books that were out there, but to me, there were a lot of woohoo and they didn't hit me deeply. I needed to have some science, etc. So Dr. Wayne Dyer, Power of Intention, really hit me because of his knowledge, his just how beautifully the book was written and how you could apply it. So that deeply touched me. Power of Intention is probably, it'll always resonate with me because I felt like it just really changed the place that I was at to expand and to start really growing, and want to have that growth mindset.
Ooh, I love it. I'm going to add that to it. Okay, so my next question is going to be, what is your favorite book at this time?
Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, Alicia, that's a tough question for me because I always have several books going at the same time. But at this time, currently the one that resonated with me is A Deep Work by Cal Newport, because it's a business book, but it really talks to you about strategies on how to focus, whether you're doing a project, something personal, with work, is just to help to shut yourself and get so much done. So I really, and again, he is an excellent writer. So that one deeply touched me. And then the one that I'm resonating with currently that I'm reading is Who Not How by Dan Sullivan and Dr. Ben Hardy, who you know, Alicia.
I literally have that book in my stack. I saw it on your thing.
You do? Okay, yeah. I have it up.
On my list.
I've read the first 2 chapters, and again, a lot of people come from the side of, how am I going to solve the problem? How am I going to solve the problem? It's about who is going to help you, who on your team can take care of the issue, or who is best at tackling that task. So it's just a different mindset.
I like it. And now that you're talking about it, I remember why I bought it. So I need to get into it. I'm like, time to read that one. Okay. Now, can you tell us, Mimi, the name of your business and a little bit about it?
Sure. It's Do Wealth Management. And what we do is create virtual family offices for entrepreneurs. How to best explain that is we took the family office structure. Billionaires use that. They have what's called their own family office, and that means they have full employees that help them with their wealth. And that means full time attorneys, asset protection, insurance people. And what we've done is take that strategy and bring that to the entrepreneur so that it can be affordable and it can help them with their wealth journey so that, again, they're, they have help in protection, help in managing their money, and help in growing their business. So it's just an all around wheel is what we call it, the wealth wheel.
Yeah, it's a beautiful wheel. I like your wheel. I'm like, oh, you guys are, and you're awesome at it and have an amazing team. But that's for another time. So then my next question is going to be, what is your bliss, Mimi?
My bliss, I love, wine, glass of wine, and just a really, really good Cabernet, sitting around with friends that mean so dear and near to me. Obviously with my husband too, who's near and dear to me, who I love so, so much. And yeah, enjoying the wine and having great conversation. That's my bliss.
Yeah, that one for sure you nailed on the head. You were a sommelier in your last life, highest, whatever. I have had your wine pairings, and when you left, I was just like, oh my God, I'm going to be bothering Mimi asking her what wines to put with things.
Oh, no, I love that. I love doing that.
It's an art. I mean, I was just astounded at how you could make two things that were not even made, together, not made with the intention of them being together, but having you as a connector in the middle, you just knew like, oh, this plus this is going to be magic. It was. Okay. So yes, you are phenomenal with wine, and I would agree with that being one of your blisses. So this next question is interesting. We're going to pivot a little bit. Why did you join the League of Goddesses?
I wanted to be among badass women. First of all, Alicia, I joined because you're the leader, and I respect and honor you so much. Is what you've done, the mission that you have to help all these female entrepreneurs. And again, I wanted to be around women like you, and that's who you have attracted women like you. And it's a community, it's a tribe. So I wanted to be part of it.
Oh, Mimi, thank you. I felt that one. And I just admire you too. It's mutual. And I feel like all of the women in our league, we admire each other for the strengths that they have. And the beauty of it is that I think we're all very self-aware. Like, oh, hey, these are my areas where I could use some improvement. And these are my areas where I'm really good. And so we connect with the people that have the things that we need to learn and the gifts to share. It's beautiful. So thank you for being part of it. My next question is, can you tell me what you would like to contribute to the league?
Oh my gosh. If I can help in any way, I feel that I'm one of the older ones in my 50s.
Oh my God.
And so I would love to help. I'd love to share my mistakes, share my successes and my mistakes. And if I can help decrease the amount of suffering for some of these women, I'd like to educate them about financial means, how important that is to understand where you are, and that anything is possible, that dreams are possible. And I'd like to, same thing though, I'd like to learn from the other women in this league, but that's what I'd like to contribute. If there's any wisdom that I can share, I'd happily do that.
Oh, you're awesome. And I don't think age has anything to do with it, but you do have a lot of wisdom. And it's so nice to hear you speak because you come from such a different background than many of us, and the things that you have overcome. And somebody might have taken that and been like, well, I can't. and you were just like, watch me. It was like, that's a challenge, and Mimi's definitely going to kick its ass. So, and you just have, and it's phenomenal to have someone with so many different aspects to them in our group. So thank you for being there.
Oh, Alicia, and I hate that word can't. There's always.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, I guess you can. We can do it all. Watch. Okay, so now that we've talked about that, can you tell me, what would you like to receive from the league? If there was anything, any wish that you had, what would it be?
Oh my goodness, to receive. I feel, the league is a tribe of just amazing women. And during the week, I'm not that great about having fun, of just letting my hair down and just letting go. And I think the league, the things that you've set up, the book club, the retreats, things like that. I would love the connection and just to be able to let my hair down and have more fun.
Oh, that's beautiful. And I think we have a good balance of girls in there. Ones that are like that, like you and me, and then the ones that are like, hey, ladies, if you have a little bit of fun during the week, you're going to do so much better. And you and I are like, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. I feel exactly that way. So it's nice to have those fun women in there who remind you.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Okay. So my next question is going to be, who is important in your life?
Well, the number one person in my life is my husband, Jim. We've been together 31 years, and he is my rock. He supports me in everything that I do. He encourages me. He loves me deeply. So he's my number one.
That's beautiful. And he's such an awesome man. And it's so nice to see y'all's relationship. It's a beautiful example of what two people who are very different, come from very different backgrounds, what they can create together and do in love. Charles and I admire you guys so much. And I think that's
you have one of those too, Alicia.
Yes, but we don't have as much experience as you. So that is something that you bring to the league that is amazing for all of us who, we might 5, 10 years, 15, but to be able to say that, you guys have been together over 2 decades, that's a lot that we can learn from y'all. So beautiful. Glad to have that. This question I always really enjoy because you can take it 2 ways. So what dream have you made come true? This could be a dream for yourself, or maybe a dream that you made come true for someone else.
What dream have I made come true? Oh gosh. Currently we're just so excited about the business and the growth. And I just feel that we've added a lot of advisors. And the reason why I'm bringing that is we work with entrepreneurs, and entrepreneurs have such big dreams. They are the lifeblood of this country. And they are all about, let's get shit done. I'm going to change the world. And I feel like we've helped to touch many of the entrepreneurs in that they can really focus on what they're really good at. And it just warms my heart. And the reason why I say that is last night, a couple of the most successful entrepreneurs that we work with, they were just like, we love your mission. And what you do is give the entrepreneurs freedom to go out there and change the world. So that just warms my heart. So that's why the business side of it really excites me, because I just feel like we're opening the door for all these entrepreneurs.
Yeah, you're giving them space to expand.
Yeah.
And I couldn't have said that better myself. It's beautiful. Agreed. I kind of feel like you answered this question now, but I'm still going to ask it. What does your heart most desire at this time?
What does my heart desire most at this time? There's a lot of turmoil in this world, and Jim and I did not have kids. And so I feel we have to get to the young to teach them that the world is not narrow, the world is open, that we can all get along and work well together, even though we're from different cultures, different backgrounds, many, many differences. And so my heart really wants to, and I feel that way is through education and through books. And so that's what my heart wants, is to be able to just help these kids, especially the ones who are underprivileged, to show people that it can be done, to take responsibility and say that I can. And I feel like we have to do that. We have to expand the minds of the young in order for a change to occur. So that's a big dream of mine.
That's beautiful. I'm so glad I asked, because I was like, oh, maybe she already said it in that first part. But yeah, no, that is beautiful. And I think you're so right. If we won't take the time to educate the generation, coming up, then how else are they supposed to know, and we're here to be the example. And I think that's a beautiful desire. This one's kind of a funny question. If you weren't Mimi and you were talking about Mimi to another girlfriend, how would you describe her?
Oh, quirky? No, I'm just kidding.
It's a great taste.
Oh, that's a good question. That's actually a good question, because if I was in my 30s, I would have had a really difficult time with answering that question. And what I've learned to do in my 50s is really look at myself and to love myself and to be able to describe myself. And what I would say is that I'm kind, I'm loving, I'm dedicated in encouraging everyone to be the best that they can. I'm a very responsible person in that I take ownership of all of my actions and my behavior. I'm a woman who has faults, but I have a ton of energy. I want to get a lot done. And I'm a woman who wants to live the best life possible before I expire. That's what I would say I am.
Yes, so much yes. I think that's a pretty spot on description, because that's how I would describe you too. Definitely full of energy, and I like the Energizer Bunny. I'm like, oh yeah, I would say that too. Yeah, she's an Energizer Bunny, and she gets a ton of shit done, which until I met all of these women in the league, I didn't know a lot of women like that. And now I'm seeing a lot of them, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Like, this is where they all are. So
yeah.
It is amazing. I love seeing it, and it's beautiful. Okay, so this question it's a little bit deeper. So if you need a minute, please take it.
Okay.
The question is, what vision do you have for the future of humanity?
Oh gosh. Yeah, that is a big question. Again, it comes back to how I want to change, the young, the generation. I just feel like we're in such turmoil right now, and all we're focusing on are our differences. And what I see and what I find very, very sad is it doesn't matter what background, but people today, and especially the young, do not want to take responsibility. They're pointing fingers. They're wanting handouts or people to give them things. So my desire is for all of us, the humanity, to take responsibility for our actions, for what we want to do, and go forth and believe. And so, and what that entails is going to be a complete shift, a mindset shift, growth mindset. So it's going to be education. It's going to be rewiring the mindset. It's going to be teaching the young. It's going to be being part of groups, and being willing to change and have really difficult conversations. So I know I'm not saying that very succinctly, but that's my dream, is for humanity, for us to take responsibility, to be caring and loving, and to be open-minded and share, and appreciate our differences rather than distort, and be angry with each other. So.
That is such it's said very beautifully, but just connects with so many of the women that I've been interviewing lately. Everybody has the dream that, can we all see the beauty in each other? and look for the similarities, because there's so much that's the same. Yes, there's things that are different, but those should be praised and enjoyed. And it's like, that's the spice of life, right? It's
Right.
those differences, and we're all in this together. So it seems to be a reoccurring thread that I'm hearing everybody. And I'm curious, like, maybe everything that's been going on this year is creating more awareness of that and more desire. And I feel like I'm seeing a shift too. So if all of us are looking for it and all of us are chasing it, then it's going to happen. You know, it's like we're the force behind it, or the power behind it, hopefully.
And I believe in that, groups getting together, and like you said, we're the shift, and that's going to expand out, and we can change, people slowly, and then
surely. Yep, beautiful. Can you tell me, does this vision for humanity affect your decision making?
Again, the whole thing, it's about responsibility. Absolutely is, again, I've always taken responsibility in everything that I do. And I don't accept when somebody's down. I get that. I will be there for you as a friend, as a support. When somebody's blaming and not taking responsibility, and always, it's that woes me out. It's that victimhood. That's unacceptable to me. So when that's unacceptable, I feel like the victimhood is accepted too much right now. And it's like, because of that acceptance, there are more people that are just like, all right, I'll just take handouts. I'll just, rather, like this COVID, it's a great example, is there were people who did well because it was like, I'm not going to let this pandemic get me down. I'm going to pivot. I'm going to figure out a way. The other half went, the pandemic, it's happening to me. I'm going to fold. I'm going to take whatever's offered to me, packages or anything like that, and I'll just sit back because I deserve it, because this is happening to me. So what I'm saying is, for us, though, is I'm not going to accept that. I am not going to accept that. And people who I come across who who have that victimhood mentality, I'm not going to accept that. I'm going to encourage, I'm going to do my best to show that you have to take responsibility. So I guess that's my change. I've been quiet in many ways during this whole pandemic, et cetera. And now I'm not going to be quiet. I'm going to encourage, and I'm going to say it's unacceptable. Let's take action. Let's help you figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Nice. I like it. Can you tell me what actions or steps you have implemented into your business to help create that vision?
To create, you mean have responsibility?
Mm-hmm.
Well, in our business, I mean, everybody has to take responsibility. Every role. So, for example, if something doesn't go right, our thing is transparency and honesty. We'll just have a meeting. What happened? Who can take responsibility for this? And then I'll turn it around and say, how can I help you? Okay, so that this mistake or help you become better in your role, in your position. So it's, again, being transparent, forthright, and then turning around saying, how can I help you so that this doesn't occur again?
Oh, I love it. That is beautiful. I'm sorry, my allergies kicked up quick. Like, oh, excuse me. That is beautiful. And I love the end. How can I help you? Because you're not just saying, okay, you fucked it up and here's how you fix it and don't do that again. But hey, how can I help you now that we understand the problem? Mm-hmm. So that's a really nice, I think lots of times people feel scared to take responsibility because they don't know what to do. Mm-hmm. So if someone can lead them and show them, hey, it's not that big of a deal. There's no problem that we can't work through, right? We're all still here. Unless you're dead, I can still help. So once you're dead, man, that's out of my hands. So give it to the universe. But
Marie Forleo, she always says, it's figure outable. I love that. It's figure outable.
Yeah, let's just figure it out. So beautiful. I really enjoyed hearing you explain the way that you guys handle that in your business. And this last question is one of my absolute favorites. If you could share a piece of advice or maybe a tip that someone gave you that totally changed your either perspective or life, what would it be?
If someone gave me, you know what it is always do something that's going to scare you. And don't be comfortable. Always do something that's going to scare you. Otherwise, you get comfortable, you get relaxed. So yeah, I try to think of doing things that challenge me every year.
Yes.
It's not fun. It's not fun. But yeah, so that was one of the biggest, the best advice.
That someone gave you. Oh, beautiful. That's a different one. I haven't heard that one yet. And I love it because that's what I do. I'm like, what's the scariest thing that I could do? I'm like, oh, well, let's go do it and see. I mean, sometimes I get my ass handed to me, which I will fully admit this month has been one of those. But then at the end, you're like, you know what? I'm glad I did it. So I got to learn what we're made of. I got to learn like, hey, this is how things interact and impact. And then you usually walk away with moving forward. I would do it this way.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, when you do that, obviously you're going to fail, but it's how you pick yourself up.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. Mimi, thank you so much for being here. I am so excited to get this one done and out to the girls so they can have a better understanding of who you are. I know some of them have met you, but I know the ones that haven't are going to be thrilled to get to know you. So thank you for your time.
Alicia, again, thank you for having me, and I just love you.
Oh, I love you so much too. I feel so blessed to have you in my life. I feel blessed to have all of these girls in my life, but it's a beautiful thing to have women that actually care and love and want to uplift you. So thank you. All right, girl. I will talk to you soon. Bye.